After the 2005 Gulf Coast hurricanes, we witnessed a number of problems with the Small Business Administration's preparation and ability to assist entrepreneurs following a disaster. As the agency responsible for handling the disaster loan program, it was clear that they were not adequately prepared. During that time, there were significant application backlogs, with the number ballooning to 204,000 unprocessed applications by December 2005. Those that were lucky enough to get approved for assistance often waited months to receive any funds. It reached the point where entrepreneurs were simply avoiding the SBA, believing it was more of a hindrance than a help. There is no question the leading factor in SBA's poor response was its lack of preparation and tools to assist the Gulf Coast victims. H.R. 1361, the Recover Act of 2007, provides for thorough disaster planning and directs SBA to ensure they are prepared for a wide range of disasters. This legislation will streamline SBA's loan processing and disbursement, as well as establish a bridge financing program. After the Gulf Coast storms, we saw entrepreneurs not only getting declined for loans, but having to wait far too long for relief. This bill requires that within 36 hours of a disaster, qualified small businesses are provided with emergency small dollar financing, allowing them to stay in business and spur economic growth. For small businesses, success and failure often comes down to adequate financing. Nowhere is that more true than following a disaster. The changes made in this bill will ensure we avoid the mistakes in the Gulf, where 62% of small businesses who applied for assistance were not approved. We cannot leave entrepreneurs with nothing to help them salvage their enterprises. For those that did get approved, the average wait time to receive their loans was 74 days, much longer than the SBA's goal of 21 days. H.R. 1361 also provides for Gulf Coast entrepreneurs who still need assistance. The committee just came back from New Orleans, and there is no doubt that this community has a long way to go to get where it was before the hurricanes hit. By helping the affected small businesses, we are also significantly aiding in the revitalization of the Gulf Coast. The Recover Act of 2007 will establish a grant program that allows SBA to help the most significantly small businesses that have been rejected for a conventional SBA loan. These grants are intended to spur redevelopment in communities directly affected by the 2005 Gulf Coast storms, where ordinary market forces are simply not enough. They will be granted under limited circumstances to provide aid to only the neediest of entrepreneurs that meet a number of qualifications. The legislation also fixes SBA's one-size-fits-all approach to the disaster loan process that has failed businesses in the coast. To be more responsive to individual disaster victims, H.R. 1361 provides the administrator with the authority to waive the prohibition on duplication of benefits for the 2005 hurricane victims, taking state-administered grant assistance and replacing it with loans that are not disbursed efficiently or in adequate amounts has left entrepreneurs without assistance to build their home. Small businesses should not have to choose between their home and their business. This bill makes sure they are not faced with that choice. 18 months has passed since this nation saw one of its largest natural disasters. There is no question small businesses are still very much in need of assistance. The Recover Act of 2007 modernizes and reforms the SBA's disaster programs and addresses key concerns still facing hurricane victims. H.R. 1361 has the support of Americans Community Bankers, Independent Community Bankers of America, American veterans, veterans of foreign wars of the United States, the Black Chamber of Commerce, and the U.S. Women's Chamber of Commerce. I strongly urge my colleagues to vote for the Recovery Act of 2007, and I reserve the balance of my time.